Good day viewers, my name is Mr. Kevano Kirenius. Welcome to our second lesson for Biology Grade 10 and 11. We know growth, movement, sensitivity are some of the characteristics living organisms such as plants exhibit. Have you ever wondered how these processes happen in plants? And how do the different parts of plants communicate with each other? Today you will learn about coordination in plants. The lesson objectives are: define plant growth substances as chemicals that affect the activities of particular cells and organs. Define gravitropism as a response in which parts of a plant grows towards or away from gravity, and phototropism as a response in which part of a plant grows towards or away from the direction from which light is coming. Describe the chemical control of plant growth by auxins. Describe the effect of synthetic plant growth substances used as weed killers. Distinguish between gravitropism and phototropism. Let's get into it. Firstly, let us define the following terms: plant growth substances, gravitropism, and phototropism. This will help us to understand the entire topic. Plant growth substances are chemicals that affect the activities of particular cells and organs. These chemicals cause changes in plant parts which bring about growth. As you can see on the graphic, a seedling grows into a mature plant as a result of processes that occur in the shoots and root due to plant growth substances. Plant growth substances are also called plant hormones. Here are some examples of plant growth substances, namely auxin, gibberellins, and ethane. These plant growth substances can either be produced by the plant or artificially, which means they are man-made in the laboratory. We will discuss this in detail later, but now let us have a quick look at the definition of gravitropism and phototropism. Gravitropism is a response in which parts of a plant grow towards or away from gravity. Phototropism is a response in which parts of a plant grow towards or away from the direction from which light is coming. Now that we have established the definitions of plant growth substances, gravitropism and phototropism, and gave a few examples of plant growth substances, let us focus on how auxin controls plant growth in stems or shoots and roots. In the stem or shoots, auxin causes plant cells to elongate, meaning it causes plant growth. As shown in the graphic, when a plant shoot is directly under light, auxin produced in the growing tip spread equally down both sides of the shoot, causing the plant shoot to grow upward. However, if light is shining from one side only, auxin collects on the shaded or shady side, the side furthest away from the light, as shown in the graphic. This causes differential growth, and the lopsided elongation produces a bent curvature in the plant stem. In the roots, however, higher concentration of auxin has a different effect. If a root is laid on its side in the soil, auxin collects on the lower side of the root and slows down the growth of cells on the lower side. The growth of cells on the upper side of the root is, however, not slowed down. The cells in the upper side of the root rapidly become longer and the root curves downwards. This is differential growth, and the root grows vertically and downwards. Roots grow towards the gravity to enable it to absorb water and mineral salts from the soil and to anchor the plant firmly into the soil. Take note, in stems, the growth is increased in high concentration of auxin, while in roots, growth is decreased in high concentration of auxin. How is auxin used as weed killers? Auxin is applied on a field with growing crops and weeds. It kills some plants, but not others, and thus become selective weed killers. Auxin as a growth hormone causes the weeds to grow too quickly and die. Because most weeds have broader leaves than grass or wheat, the auxin is absorbed in larger quantities by the weeds. As shown in the picture, Auxin causes the weeds to outgrow themselves in other plants and later die, leaving the planted crops unharmed. A quick reminder of the differences between gravitropism and phototropism. Phototropism is response to the stimulus light. Gravitropism is response to the stimulus gravity of Earth. Phototropism, plant stem growing towards the light and roots growing away from the light, while in gravitropism, the root tip growing towards gravity and stem growing away from the gravity towards light. Plant growth substances are crucial to plants as they promote cell division, cell enlargement, flowering, as well as fruit and seed formation. Now that we have come to the end of today's lesson, let us look into what we learned about coordination in plants. Plant growth substances are substances that affect the activities of particular cells or tissues in a plant. Auxin affects shoots and roots growth in different ways. In stems, the growth is increased when auxin is in high concentration, while in the roots, it is decreased in high concentration. A few examples of plant growth substances are auxin, gibberellins, and ethane. Plant growth substances can be made by plants or artificially. Auxin can be used as a selective weed killer. Auxin promotes gravitropism and phototropism. Viewers, before I sign off, I would like to ask you a few questions to reflect on and test your understanding on what was discussed today. Define the term plant growth substance. State how auxin can be used as weed killers. Distinguish between phototropism and gravitropism. Describe the chemical control of shoot growth by auxin. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new and you enjoyed today's lesson. Until we meet again, see you.